So now students, when I talk of the concentration terms in solutions, I come to the second concept, which is mole fraction. Mole fraction, students, is defined as the ratio of number of moles of a particular component to the ratio of number of moles of the solution, or the total number of moles. The ratio of the number of moles of a particular component to the total number of moles of the solution. For example, if A dissolves in substance B, if substance A dissolves in substance B, let the number of moles of A be Na and number of moles of B be Nb. Alright? Then to find out the mole fraction of A, it would be number of moles of A upon number of moles of the solution. We know that the number of moles of A would be Na and the total number of moles of the solution would be moles of A plus moles of B, that is Na plus Nb. So we'd come to the formula. Mole fraction of A would be Na upon Na plus Nb, where Na plus Nb is the total number of moles of the solution. Likewise, if we need to find out the mole fraction of B, then we take the mole fraction number of moles of B, that is Nb, upon divided by the total number of moles of the solution, that is Na plus Nb. Again, I elaborate on this. If the moles of the solute, number of moles of the solute in a solution is Na and number of moles of the solvent is Nb, then the total number of moles of the solution, students, would be, yes, Na plus Nb. So Na plus Nb. Then when we need to find out the mole fraction of the solute A, when we need to find out the mole fraction of solute represented as Xa, this will be equal to number of moles of A, that is Na, upon total number of moles of the solution, that is Na plus Nb. Right? Likewise, when we need to find out the mole fraction of the solvent, here you can see mole solvent, we represent it as Xp. Then we divide, we take the ratio of number of moles of B, that is Nb, upon the total number of moles of the solution, that is Na plus Nb. So it is very simple to calculate. All you need to know is to find out the number of moles of the different components of the solution, and then step by step we can get to the calculation. Here I list Here I list two very important points. Please pay attention. Mole fraction of all the constituents. Mole fraction of all the constituents in a given solution is always unit. Mole fraction, that is Xa and Xb, that we calculated over here. If we add the mole fraction of all the constituents, here there were two constituents, Xa plus Xb, it will always be equal to 1. Therefore, we can also say that in a solution, mole fraction of each component is always less than. From this concept only we can say the mole fraction of the component would be less than 1. Now students, to make the concept more clear, I will take up this question. Please read the question carefully. A sugar syrup of weight 214.2 gram contains 34.2 grams of sugar. A sugar syrup of weight 214.2 gram contains 34.2 gram sugar. Calculate the mole fraction of sugar in the syrup. Calculate the mole fraction of sugar in the syrup. So let's just state down what all is given in the question. We are given the mass of the syrup. You can see sugar syrup of weight 214 grams. So mass of the syrup is sugar plus water. Syrup is the solution. The sugar syrup will contain both sugar and water. So basically the mass of the syrup is actually the mass of sugar plus mass of water, which is given in the question as 214.2 grams. Mass of the sugar is given as 34.2 grams. Now we know the mass of the solution, that is the syrup, and we know the mass of the sugar. See, we know the total mass of sugar and water, and we know the mass of sugar. Can we not calculate the mass of water? We can. So we find out the mass of water by subtracting the mass of sugar from the mass of syrup. Mass of syrup minus mass of sugar will give us the mass of water. That is 214.2 minus 34.2, which is equal to 180 gram So this sugar syrup contains 180 grams of water. Now we need to find out with the mole fraction of the sugar in the syrup. For this we have to calculate the number of moles of the sugar and also the total number of moles that are given in the solution. So to calculate the number of moles of the sugar, we need to calculate the molar mass or the molecular mass of the sugar, and taking the formula of sugar as C12H22O11, we calculate the molecular mass as, we see 12 atoms of carbon over here, so 12 into 12, plus 22 atoms of hydrogen, so 1 into 22, plus 11 atoms of oxygen, so 11 into 16, and we get the molecular mass or the molar mass of sugar as 342. Next we calculate the number of moles of sugar, which is calculated by the very simple formula we have been doing since mole concept, that is weight upon the molecular mass or the molar mass. The weight of the sugar you see was given as 34.2 in the question itself, so we substitute the mass or the weight as 34.2. Molar mass we have calculated as 342, so we substitute it as 342, divide the two and we get the number of moles of sugar as 0.1. Number of moles of water, we had calculated the mass of water as 180, so we write 180 over here. We know that the molecular mass of water is 18, so we write 18 over here and divide the two, we get the number of moles of water as 10. Students, we know the number of moles of sugar and we know the number of moles of water. Now what will be the total number of moles? That will be total moles of sugar plus moles of water. So 0.1 that we calculated over here and plus 10, which is equal to 10.1. Now what was asked in the question was, you had to calculate the mole fraction of sugar in the syrup. So to find out the mole fraction of sugar, the formula that we will use is moles of sugar upon total moles of the syrup. Number of moles of sugar upon total number of moles of the syrup. Number of moles of sugar we calculated as 0.1, so I write 0.1, and total number of moles we calculated as 10.1, so we write 10.1 over here. Divide the two and you get the answer as 0.0099 is the mole fraction of sugar in the given sugar syrup. Students, I hope the concept would be clear to you, and I would be sending the worksheet on FlipLearn. Please access the worksheet, solve it and return me on the stipulated date. In case of any doubt, you can send your doubts to me, your queries to me. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much.